Uppy, uppy, uppy. It's One Funny Morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our school
murder
time.
in New Jersey.
he was a lot
Like what is?
with his everything.
Oh,
What's outside your Puerta de Clima?
that's Stella! Yeah. Good morning, uppy, uppy, uppy. How is everybody? I wanted to start off with our picture of the day. We asked people that if you didn't want to send in pictures, a video, you could send in pictures. So I want to introduce you. This is Kimberly. Hold on, let me see if I can. There's Kimberly. And she sent a couple of pictures. Hold on, let me tell you about her. She is from Cleveland, Ohio. She says, I found Dina during the pandemic when she started the morning show. I was struggling through homeschooling for my teenage children and needed something to help me laugh. And the quarantine video. She's a daycare teacher and aide, and she'll be turning 40 on November 6th. She has 2 self-published books and is currently writing another one. And she says she changes her hair color a lot. And this summer she went very colorful. Wait, this is her. Look at it. It's like pink to red. I love it. I love it. Well, good morning, everybody. That was Kimberly. Please send pictures, and you can send fun facts about yourself. Lost power at 8 a.m. The cold is kicking in. Good morning. Good morning. I'm back in my own time zone. Lulu's here. Lulu, like you serving something. Because it sounded like you was going to open a package to have food in it, which is why the only reason I'm sitting here. That's the only reason I sit with my mom. Good morning. How is everybody? We are back. We made the trip to Wausau, Wisconsin. Got home yesterday and then just sat home and stared at a wall because that's what I'm capable of. I just needed to keep my security. I needed to keep myself in one time zone. So we had a great time. I'm trying to think. I always think like there's so much happened since the last time I see you. Hey, Brenda, the show in Wausau was so funny. You did great. Thank you so much. I know. Jennifer, I don't think I realized where Wisconsin was. It is very much further north than I thought it was. I think everything's in the middle. And then Michigan and then South Dakota. I don't really know anything. I'm learning. The flight wasn't bad. We had 2 flights. Oh, so has anybody landed in Minnesota as a layover? I can tell you that it's a beautiful terminal, but they like to drop you off here and then tell you you have 5 minutes to get here, and they are 17 miles from each other. And sometimes the tram, there's like a little train, it didn't work. So we were dragging Diana through the airport, and at some point there was 4 of us, right? Jacqueline, myself, Dean, and my mom, and we're running through this airport to try to get to this layover, or we were gonna be late for our flight. It was already a long day. A lot of stuff was delayed. So I look at Dean. I go, Dean, it's time. And he was like, what do you mean? I go, you have to start running. We're not all going to make it. Do you ever just get to the point where you're like, it's time to save yourself. Okay. You need to run ahead and you need to go and you need to tell them to hold the plane. He was like, how do I do that? I said, I don't know, but you should start running. It's like, yeah, no, Di doesn't run. No. Look at my face. Ty doesn't run. Ty barely walks. But she's real proud of the walking. She's like, look at how much I'm walking. I go, so good. We're going to miss a flight anyway. But yeah. So then you run like the wind. Dean is running. Jacqueline's kind of behind him, but she's train wreck. And then Diana pulling up the rear. And at one point, we hear a man. We're on one of those moving walkways. We hear a man screaming at the top of his lungs. He's like, get out of the way. I mean, full stop, just running full force. And I was like, okay, no. And she didn't have the sneakers that said run on. She just had ones that said walk. So she can't run in a walk sneaker. So we stepped aside and we're like, Di, move. This guy's running. And I kind of wanted to, and there wasn't a lot in the direction of this particular terminal. And I was thinking, that guy's on our flight. We should tell him that we've already sent a representative, and that we won't be running. But I didn't. He just ran. And so eventually I can see Dean at the end of the airport, just standing there. I go, did you get them to hold the plane? He was like, yeah. And we pull up, there's the guy panting. He was like, hey, it's you guys. I'm like, yeah, we should have told you. I'll pay more for direct flights. Carol, I am of the same ilk, as Judy from Saskatoon would say. But when there's 4 of us, I'm like, no, we're going to take cheap flights. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I pay $1 million to avoid a layover. I know. Yeah. But you just got to pick one person from your group and say things like, we have an old person in our group. And sometimes they'll wait. Or just pin your body at the door. Yeah, and there is no direct flight to Wausau. Thank you. Do you guys know where Wausau is? Yeah, no one does. The airport is this big. And on the way home, so our flight was at like 7 a.m. So I was usually, if I'm like at my hotel, I'll say, hey, airport. I'll just put it in my thing, the maps to see how far it is. 2 airports come up. In Wausau, I was like, I have no idea what airport I flew into, because you know why? Because it just said airport. And now this tiny little town going to come at me with 2 airports and neither of them is real? I was like, I don't know. We have to be somewhere at 7 o'clock for this flight. I don't know. I think one was in somebody's corn patch. I don't know. It just, the whole thing. Yeah, I know. But 9 days till Vegas. So kooky. So, yeah, no, it was definitely an adventure to get to Wausau, but we did. And Dean said it perfectly. He was like, when we got to Wausau, we wanted to make sure that we could really take in like all the culinary opportunities that Wausau had to offer us. So when we landed, we decided to hit the local flavors of Wausau. We went to an Olive Garden at 11 o'clock at night. It was really 10 their time, but 11 in real time. And I had a light salad, and Jacqueline ate a giant bowl of fettuccine Alfredo. Have you ever watched young people eat food at midnight, essentially? And that food is not a light snack. Do you ever just look? Do you ever just look at young people and just say, don't eat that. Don't eat it. So she ate a giant bowl of fettuccine Alfredo. And the whole time I was thinking, you're not going to feel good soon. You will not feel good. And I told her, inhale food. Exactly. Like a vacuum. So she did. Mm-hmm. No, I can't eat the breadsticks, Carrie. I can't eat anything. When I'm on the road, I'm starving. I want you to know if I ever come to visit anywhere, like I'm on tour, I'm starving. Oh. Yeah, Lorene, I don't very often go to an Olive Garden. So it was, yeah. Unconditional love. This is a giant jar. It is, I've got a lot of kidney issues, so I have to drink like a bunch of these during the day. And this just makes my trips over to the water thing a little easier. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we did that, fell asleep, and then decided to hit the next local flavor, a Denny's, for breakfast. It just, I can't say that we really delve deep into all things Wausau. But Dean had a shoot today. So Dean has a shoot. It's like a man on the street thing that he's shooting in New York. It's something he it was like, they were like, hey, we're looking for some man on the street interviewer, and he put in for it and he got it. So he was like, I need to get black pants and a black sweatshirt for my shoot on Monday. And I was like, okay. So we decide, let's go hit the Kohl's, right? Because girl, you on a budget and you got Kohl's cash. Great day. So we get over there, and Di and Jacqueline go this way. Dean and I go this thing. Now, all we need are black pants and a black sweatshirt. Dean's like, I got this. You can hang out with me, but I got this. And I was like, okay. Am I the only one who my son will not buy new clothes unless I'm standing next to him going, don't buy that. That's ugly. Go buy that nice shirt over there. Do your sons know how to shop? I'm not a good shopper. I'm great. I'm a great Amazon shopper. I will check reviews. I will Google. I'll see if it's in a top 10 list on how many different, what does Forbes say? What does this one say? Consumer Report. Amazing. But in real life, I don't enjoy shopping. So it's like a lot. And I think I've passed this down to my children. My husband doesn't know how to shop. Yeah. So I said, okay, Dean, that's fine. I'll just follow you, and you let me know if you need anything. Mm-hmm. So now we're in Kohl's. He goes, all right, I think I found it. He's gathering stuff. And I'm like, I'm picking stuff up. I'm like, this isn't the right section. He goes, Mom, look around. It's the men's section. I go, it is, but there's something wrong. And he was like, Mom, I'm going to get these. Let me go try them on. I go, I don't think that's not. My son is gay. I need his help to shop. Red, I would love that. I would love it. So finally, he's gathering all this stuff. He's like, you going to help me carry anything? And I go, Dean, you're in the big and tall section. He was like, yeah, I'm tall. I go, okay. Okay. This is not our section. Have you seen you? You're the size of my pinky. We're not supposed to be in this section. He was like, Mom, big and tall. I go, they mean all together. They mean all together. Like a circle. Do you understand? He was like, no, Mom, it says big and tall. I'm the tall part. I go, they don't separate these two words. They don't say big or tall. Do you ever think about that? Could you imagine if they had that section in the women's section? Big and fat. What do they call it? What do they call? They don't call it that in the women's section. Could you imagine? Right? Now, petite, I never understood. I was like, who's this tiny? Jared just, yeah. I said, Dean, this is not the section for you. Plus, they call it plus. And plus size is what? Normal size. Normal size. It's just called lady size. It's called my metabolism is slowed down. Why can't they call that? My face still hurts. Oh, sorry, my face. I still have one stitch in my face, and it's really hard for me. Yeah, Katie, I don't know these petite people. Yeah, I wish they had a big and short section. I mean, what do you think they should call it if they were really calling it? Sounds like you're doing a bit. It should be a bit, Dan, but it wasn't. It happened in real life. Petite is actually too long for me. What? What? So now I'm sitting, I said, Dean, put all these clothes down. He goes, Mom, it's an extra large. I go, it's an extra large in big and tall. You're in the wrong section. You're petite plus. What's that even? What? No, Jeremy is petite. So finally we get to the right section. Marlene, I had to have like a lip biopsy. And so it's on this side. And so this side of my face is fine. So now I do this weird thing where I just smile like, it looks like I have Botox because I can't really stretch this. It's so stupid. It's the circle section. There is a petite plus. I don't know what you guys are saying. Dina, I'm 4'11". Oh my gosh. 4'10". What? With shoes on? It was so funny. So now we get to the regular size. And now, and then you talk about men's. I don't understand. I mean, I think the way they do men's sizes is just so much more efficient, but it's just not any way that women were brought up. Not at all. They were like, are you small, medium, or large? You're like, I guess I'm medium. That's it. Nobody ever gave you the second number for your legs, which is why it looked like I was wearing floods my whole life. But men are just like, I'm a 34, 36. So Dean was like, I'm a 32, 32. And I was like, you're like a box. What do you mean you're a 32 by 32? What? That's what you're a box. So I start collecting. They do have some seriously good deals happening right now. You are not wrong, bougie. I was trying really hard not to shop for myself. So I got him a pair of box pants, 32, 32, and I'm bringing them in. And it's just adorable. It's just adorable shopping with your son. You're like, come here, let me check her on your waist. It always, I am channeling my Drew Barrymore. It does look like she's always talking about one side of her mouth. Oh, sorry, Jessica. I don't know why. Today, this box is a little uneven. Did the shower chair get exchanged? Is Catherine here or Madeline here? They were supposed to do a shower chair exchange. I have not heard anything about the shower. Where do they have these deals? What store was it, Kim? It was in Kohl's. I was such a big Kohl's girl. I would say pre-pandemic. I was just straight Kohl's all the time. Yeah, so it was just funny. So we did that, and then Jacqueline says, well, I want to go to a store for me. So we had like an hour, right, in Wausau. We're like, again, I messaged, I did not hear back from her. I have not emailed her, Madeline said. Okay. All right. We have to find her, make sure she's good. So we're like, let's do all like really cool Wausau things. So then we went to Barnes & Noble. And so we saw nothing other than the theater, which was beautiful. So she says, Mom, have you heard this thing about Abe says, I'm 6'5", hardly anything fits me, pants, shirt, shoes. Abe, 6'5". You are a tall drink of water, as they say, Abe. Abe, do you play basketball? Is that a stupid question? Does everybody ask you that? And if you have like a girlfriend or wife, how tall is that person? Because I feel like you're going to say like 4'10". I feel like it's always like 6'5", and then like 3'2". Like it'll be something real crazy. Tell me, Abe. The theater was gorgeous. So Jacqueline, now tell me if you've heard this, and you're not, I'm about to ruin Barnes & Noble's for you. If you don't want me to ruin it, leave now. I'll give you a minute. Oh, Abe. Shakendra just said 6'5". Yum. Abe. Might want to head over to the Facebook. So, all right, here it comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to ruin Barnes & Noble. Jacqueline says to me, I want to go to a store for me now. And I said, okay, where do you want to go? She goes, Barnes & Noble. And I go, oh, you want to pick up a book? She says, no, I have to poop. You stayed. I don't know why. Have you guys heard this? Apparently there's a rumor going around the internet that for some reason when people go into Barnes & Noble, they find it so relaxing and so calming, and that there's coffee and it's warm, feels like home. Everybody has to poop. I'm just going to leave it there. Katie said, and they are not known for their nice bathrooms. Well, Target too. What? Do not ruin Target for me. Jessica, why would you say that? What? James like, I was just going for the books. I heard Home Goods has the same effect. What is happening? Why are you all ruining? There is a phenomenon about that with certain stores. What? Don't you remember? Wasn't there an episode on Seinfeld where they went to the bookstore and George brought a book into the bathroom? Now that I'm saying it, and remember he walked out of the bathroom with the book and they were like, you have to buy that. They said, you have to buy the book now. If you bring it into the bathroom, you bought it, which I'm kind of glad that they have that. Yeah. My ex always has to go when we're at the Home Goods. What is happening? You learn something new every day. Sorry, I can only poop in my own bathroom. Or maybe you're really good friends. Judy, are we good friends? I just wanna make sure we have ground rules. I don't poop in public, said Melissa. I met George Costanza last night. What does that mean? There was an article about this that can also overstimulate people. Sarah, apparently Jacqueline read your article. Adi was like, I never try to use public bathrooms. Oh, Monica, it was nice meeting you. That used to be Filene's basement for me. Well, that's very specific. Oh my gosh, it's so, sometimes you just gotta go. Shop and poop stores coming next. Bathroom, not book room. Yes, Dina, I would poop in your bathroom. Okay. I don't know if that makes me happy or not. No. No, so funny. Yeah, no, it was a whole thing. It was a whole discussion that we had. So, of course, we went to Barnes & Noble. I went to the coffee shop by myself. Yeah. Rusty was adorable and got the nightstand photo to print. I love it, Heather. That's so funny. I once peed in a cup in a parking lot. Oh, welcome. Amy, you and I have a lot in common. So we did that, and the show was lovely. There was an usher in the audience named Rick, who was adorable, who, of course, I had to talk to and fell in love. And one of the things we learned about, so this is why I told you about Kohl's. So now we're walking around Kohl's. And we had split up, right? So it's Dean and I, and my mom and Jacqueline went somewhere else. And then Jacqueline was like, where are you? I need to talk to you. Called me on the phone. I said, I'm over in the men's section. So she finds me and she comes over and she was like, all right, I figured it out. And I said, what did you figure out? She goes, I figured out how they talk in Wisconsin. And then she proceeds to imitate. So apparently, while my mom was shopping, Jacqueline was walking around the store just listening to Wisconsinites talk. For some reason, I don't know if you guys are like this, but my family is highly susceptible to accents. And if we hear them, we are compelled by the Lord to repeat them and to learn them in our mouth. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like how certain languages are like some are at the top, some are up here, some are down here, some are over here. None of them, just me and what's her name? Wisconsinites. So she comes over and she was like, I figured out how Wisconsinites talk. And I was like, okay, hit me. And then she just then goes into a full Scottish accent. Full Scottish. And I was like, I don't think that's right. She's like, no, it is. That's what it is. And I was like, this isn't Scotland. I don't know if people from Wisconsin, everything is up though. Yeah. I don't know that they said yeah. Although the guy on the plane on the way, I think right before when we landed, he was like, have you heard about OPE? Judy, tell me if this is true. He goes, have you heard about OPE? And I said, what's OPE? He said, OPE, OPE. And I said, no. He goes, it's very popular in Wisconsin. He lives in Wisconsin. He was a pure Wisconsinite. And I said, no, what is OPE? He goes, that's what we say. So like if we bump into you, we go, oh, oh. Do you agree with that, Wisconsinites? Don't you know that they migrated from Scotland to Wisconsin? Where other people listen to Jeff doing Scott. I don't know. We said that all that. Do you say OPE? We say OPE in Illinois. I say it all the time. What? You say it in Illinois? OPE? OPE is a northern Wisconsin word. What? OPE is a word? That's what I'm saying. No one says I'm Southern Wisconsin, so maybe that's why. You think it's just Northern Wisconsin that says OPE. We say it in Cleveland, Ohio. What? That fish tank, that's what I said. I said, well, I have a friend in Canada, and she says A all the time. You betcha. We say open Colorado. What? I've never said open my whole life. Yeah, sure, you betcha. What? I have friends all over the whole, and that's a very common saying. Open New England. Oh, what are you talking about? OPE is a gig that comedian Charlie Barons uses. I don't know. It's like, oh, excuse me. Oh, like the Mom on Bobby's World sounds like that. I don't know. No, I'd never heard of OPE before. Or otherwise called a word that opers use. What's an oper? Hold on, let me get my little heater. Oh, hold on. There's a piece of poop on the floor. This is my life. Move. You don't even know the morning we've had. I just found a piece of poop. So I'm gonna just turn around and not look at it. You have to move. Get up. Get up. How many people started their day at 6 o'clock this morning surrounded by poop? Raise your hand. Get up. Is anybody done with the day? Because I am. What time is it? 8, not even 9. 9:15. I know. Please, Amy, you don't even know. And I was literally I was just standing here. He just walked through the house and just pooped through the whole house. The door's right there. You just have to. I started my day annoyed by everyone and with my period. Yeah. Does car barf count? Yep, that counts. They heard you talking about Barnes and Noble. Mm-hmm. Puke, not poop. Mm-hmm. I've been done with the day for the last week. I'm telling you. I fell in the bathroom and broke the toilet and flooded the mess. Okay. Grumpy Jeff, you're joking. You just beat everybody. I fell in the bathroom, broke the toilet, and flooded the mess. Jeff wins. Did you fell on the toilet? I can't. It's pronounced Youper. Youper. Is that like Upper Peninsula? Why do I know that word? New Jersey, I said, I'm sorry if yeah. I have a 10-year-old cat. She decided to throw up in different places in the house a lot, all in the mornings. We are trying to find the food she can eat now. Oh. Candace, I'm about an hour away. My day doesn't seem so bad. Oh, no. He said, actually happened. I took a header into it. Jeff, are you okay? I just have a little bit of poop on my floor. and I was gonna let that take me down today, but now that I heard what's going on with you, I'm called thankful. Now we know why he's grumpy. Is you okay? Yeah, I can't. No wonder why he's grumpy. I know. Would have been funny if it wasn't me, he said. Oh. A sinus headache with roofers banging up above me. Heading to take my 10-year-old to have a tooth pulled. She's freaking out. All right, 10-year-old, listen to me. So fast. You're not even going to feel it. You're not even going to feel it. I'm telling you. And then have your mom get you a milkshake. Look, tell her I said that you should get a milkshake. Whenever we had to do something scary, my mom would say, if you do it and you don't get too upset, you get a milkshake. And then guess what? I was really brave. I'll take poop over my humping dog. My dog is currently tied to a banister. He won't leave me alone. I stood in a nest of fire ants yesterday and didn't realize it until it was too late. Oh my gosh. My foot is on fire. Laura. Why is it? Everybody's like, oh, you think you got it bad. This is called One Up Monday. She already has a milkshake planned and her birthday is Wednesday. Oh, Katie's daughter, you're smart. If you already had that milkshake planned, you are going to be fine and you are going to live a beautiful life. And just remember, you can use this milkshake plan for the rest of your life. If I get a mammogram, I get a milkshake. If I have a bad day, I have a milkshake. If you have too many milkshakes, then you start shopping in the big and tall section at Kohl's. You're fine. That's not going to happen for a long time. Find out my ex of 13 years has a new person. And 1 year after breaking up, that is 10 years younger. It got me twisted. Angie, let me sit on that for a second. Let me sit on this for a second. Let me ask you something. After 1 year breaking up, after 13 years together, he's with somebody 10 years younger. You know what? We don't care. That's what I say, Angie. Let him be. Let's talk about what Angie's got. Angie's like, I don't have anything. Angie, listen to me. You got all this. Okay? Doesn't matter what he's doing. We're done with him. That doesn't matter, girl. We gonna get new underwears. We're gonna go. I hope my ex finds someone so family doesn't bother me. See, that's the way I look at it. Be like, good. Done. Angie, we don't even ask. We don't Google. We don't do none of it. Vicky said, I hope she's going through perimenopause with him and he deserves it. Yep. No. My hubby started cleaning the furnace with an old vacuum with no bag attached. All of the soot is all over my house, and I have been cleaning for days. My ex is so bad. His family is done with him too. Yeah, he's an ex for a reason. Listen, here's what I think. I think, yeah, Grumpy Jeff was like, she wins. My baby boy turned 18 and I'm so sad about it. I can't shake it, said Grumpy Jeff. Grumpy Jeff, listen to me. These are all good things. They're all a little scary, but they're all good things. It's time. It's hard. Is that why you jammed your head into a toilet? Sorry. It just happened at the same time, so I just thought maybe you were like, I can't take it, and then threw yourself into a toilet. I know that's not what happened, but I asked my ex for the money he owed me. He never talked to me again. That's the way to do it. If you want to have it so somebody never talks to you again, ask them to give you the money back they owe you. You'll never see them again. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. It's time. You got to let it go. Angie, we're moving on. Onward and upward. Onward and upward. Kim just said, I'm about ready to throw myself into a toilet. Listen, Grumpy Jeff, you might have started a trend. Were we all just slamming our heads into a toilet? Oh, Gail, I'm so sorry. I totally get the sentiment. Mary said, lucky you, that woman now has all your problems and you're free. So there's that. Grumpy Jeff's like, listen, I don't really recommend it. So just a side note. Everybody needs a milkshake today. Grumpy Jeff, please go get yourself a milkshake. You need it today. You deserve it. So we learned all about Wisconsin accents. The theater was lovely and beautiful, and we had a great time. And then we met so many lovely people on the meet and greet. It was fun. After today, there will be a rise in people with toilet-related incidences. Oh, boy, Terry. All right, you're going to be fine. Yeah, I just did my little biopsy the other day. Thanks, Trina. Thanks, Candace. So anyway, it was a good weekend. It was quiet on the travel back, just long. And we also learned that Dean believes that he is in the big and tall section. Yeah. Yeah, my dog apparently thought he was at the Barnes and Noble. Maybe that's what my dog, Colby, believes that he's at a Barnes and Noble, and he was like, I love it here. Maybe if somebody poops in your living room, it's actually a great sign of respect. I'd be like, please respect me less. I would like less respect. I would like for you to feel very uncomfortable here. I would like for you to be so uncomfortable that you keep your poop. That's what I would like. I don't like what everybody's saying. I don't need to know about it. I didn't need to know about how everybody was feeling about the Barnes and Noble. I didn't need to know any of it. Nope. Anyone know why when we flush the toilet, the shower drain makes a large gurgling sound? I tried to plunge the toilet last night. Anybody? Have you ever been to Cape Cod? Yes, Anthony, like 2 times. A guy hit on me on here. In here? In this section? Was it Jeff and his story and his toilet story that like made you feel like he was trying to pick you up by telling you a funny story that was actually true, and he's actually married and he actually has a lot of problems and just throws himself into a toilet, and maybe you took it that way, like that? Because that actually sounds like how most of my dating has previously gone. I was so out of it this morning, I came to work with 2 watches on. Susan just got to work. She's like, now what time? Oh, who did this? Oh, Jennifer, was it the creepy guy that I just blocked? Oh, Jen, I blocked him. Yeah, was it Abe? 6'5" Abe? Yeah, no, there was somebody that happens sometimes, Jen. We'll get a scammer and they do it to everybody, so I have to block them. I was able to do it. Yeah. Yeah, no. How many times have you like done something and when you got to work, you're like, what in the world? I remember going to school one time. I was pretty young. I was in grammar school, but I was like clearly so out of it. And I looked down and I had 2 different shoes on. They looked similar, but they were not. I feel like one had like a buckle and one had a shoelace. Like it wasn't. Yeah. David's like, I haven't been blocked in 5 years. David, I don't see your name very much. You're on your best behavior. Amy, I would love to woo Diana with a milkshake to get a colonoscopy, but I don't think she's going to do it. That happened to me during Friday's show. I wore 2 different shoes to work one time. I was so embarrassed. Has anybody ever done like weird stuff, like, and you get to work and you're like, okay. Oh, David, thank you. Yeah. I wore 2 different shoes to work. Every teacher I know is wearing 2 different shoes at one time. Always seem to put my shirt on inside out. My daughter puts stuff on backwards all the time. I was wondering why you were on a Sunday, and then I realized it's Monday. And there's another thing that happens. I put on 2 different socks once, similar color. My 5-year-old thought it was the funniest thing. I came back from lunch with my shirt inside out for a good reason, but still embarrassing. I went to Edmonton to visit friends and took 1 different black shoe from each pair. How to wear the winter boots everywhere instead. 1 blue, 1 black. My 71-year-old nurse practitioner aunt has never had a colonoscopy. 2 different boots to a wedding, black and brown. I always have slippers on around my house. I left work and forgot to change out into my shoes. Had a dryer sheet on my skirt. Inside a layer. It was like a magic shoe in kindergarten. Put my pants on inside out and backwards once. My dad went to dinner to his fiance's family. She looked down and saw he was wearing her shoes. He won't live that down. One time in high school, I had a pair of underwear that was stuck up my leg from static cling. I've always checked my clothes when grabbing them from the dryer now. I had to chase a woman at work after she left the bathroom. Her skirt was tucked in her underwear. I wear 2 different socks on purpose. It brings me joy. Okay, Katie, that's what murderers do. I can't walk. I can't walk if tell me, if I have a dress sock on and then a sweat sock and they have 2 different, like one's thin and one's thick, I can't walk. My legs are broken. I won't be able to do it. They'll be like, you can walk. I'll be like, I can't. I'll be like one of those weird dogs. It's like I can't like that. I won't. I wore a jumpsuit backward once. I knew that happened because the breast pocket was on my shoulder blade. I was interrupted while doing my makeup. I went to work with eyeliner on one eye. There was no disguising that. I had so many meetings. Who has time to match their socks? Everybody. My coworker drove to work wearing her slippers, had to drive home to get her shoes. Pair of underwear coming out of my pants. My husband let me leave for work without combing my hair out after I curled it. I once had a dryer sheet falling out of my pants as I walked around at work. My youngest is constantly putting on her clothes inside out. I wear 2 different socks all the time. You're all murderers. Had underwear wadded up in my pants at work. I had to match my socks. Also, it drives me insane. I had to testify in federal court. I had to dress and forgot my dress shoes. A dress and tennis shoes in federal court. My husband worked for UPS and wore the same uniform every day. One day he went wearing one of the UPS jumpsuits and my underwear were stuck to the back of the jumper. He didn't know until somebody told him. I love my daughter. She wears 2 different socks. I've never had to match them. I don't know. Something's wrong with your daughter. My daughter does that with socks. Same kind, but different color. No. My grandson never wears matching shops. He says life is short. No. I found a thong on a children's sleeping bag in preschool. Same socks, but different colors. And I'm not a murderer, even though I'm a Virgo. Oh, different colors. Okay, different colors, maybe, but that still might mess me up. I had a skirt on in high school that my shirt button was caught on, so I was flashing people with my butt until somebody told me. My brother went into school and signed in to go on a field trip with my niece when somebody pointed out he had an undergarment static clinging to his pants. It was my sister-in-law's thong. He won't go to school anymore. He thinks they all think he's a creep. During a performance, we went running down the aisle, and then my nylons fell down. I love that you said nylons. I said, nope, it's Sunday. I bought a pair of 10-pack of blacks, all the same, to make it early work. Yeah, no, that's what I do. I went to work with still in my PJ top. It went with my dress pants. I'm still wearing slippers. I was such a fashion statement. I took navy dress shoes for a job interview, 2 different shoes and heel heights. Were you like walking like this? Deacon, I don't drink coffee, sadly. I have a big thing of lemonade because I've got kidney stones. Wow. When shopping with my mom, when we stopped for lunch, she had blue eyebrows. What? 2 left feet sandals for a trip. I would do that. I buy socks called Life is Too Short to Match Your Socks. I can't do it. I went to a work appointment with a bathing suit line stuck to my pocketbook. My friend set me up. What's a bathing suit line? What does that mean? Like a liner from a bathing suit? A liner? My cousin returned some sheets to Bed Bath & Beyond after washing them, and her undies were stuck to them. Wow. My husband wore a black suit jacket with navy blue pants to an all-black wedding. Didn't know until we were sitting in the sun. And they were probably like, look at those crazy people over there. I don't know. I don't use straws, me. I don't know why. And then we were trying to discuss whether you're allowed to use a straw if you have a stitch in here. You know how when you get your, like a tooth pulled, you know, and then you're not allowed to zoog. You guys use the word zoog. Is that a real word? Zoog. I know what I mean. Zoog. Z-O-O-G. Zoog. I don't know. I don't. Zug definition. Forest-dwelling creatures. No, that's not. It is not. No, none of this is not. What does that mean? Zug. Never heard Zug. Come on. What? Is nylon still a thing? Yeah. See, nylon, you don't know what Zug is? Come on. Zug. Was that what she meant? She put blue eyeliner on her eyebrows? Is that what you? Oh, because she got the color wrong. She messed up. You guys know what Zug means, right? Never heard that word until today. What? Zug. Urban and genius. I wish it were more of a Zug. No, that's not it. No. Come on. I'm not the only one. Must be a Jersey thing. Stop it. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Okay, stop it. Zug. There's not one. It's a regional, like, oh, yeah, and it's just here at my house. I thought everybody know what Zug. Oh, it's my mom. That's because Di probably told me. Literally nobody here uses the word. You're making words up. Stop it. Zug. What's a Zoom? Stop it. Never heard the word in 66 years. Stop it. Thank you, Kim. Just me, Kim, and my mom. Now it's time for the learning part of the show. Jersey girl. Adi, you know what it is. Zug. Listen, you have a straw. Okay, it is real. Terry. Okay, hold on. I'm going to use it in a sentence. Okay? Pretend I have a straw, okay? And it's on the bottom, and I would say to my sister, "Here, you can finish it. Zug the rest of that up." Come on, you zug it. Stop it. You guys are so weird. We say it in New York all the time. Thank you, Teresa. Zug is a person who talks unintelligently. No. Slurp. Yeah, with a straw. You zug it up. Okay. All right. You know what? I don't even know you people anymore. You zug it up. You have a straw. Mm-hmm. What do you guys say? Say you have a straw. You're at the bottom. Yes, it's another word for like slurp. But you would never say, I'm going to slurp this up. You'd say zug it up. I love that I was so excited. I was like, who's never heard of zug? It was my mom. She made it up with a straw, with a whole bunch of L's at the end. Yes. Zug, shark it. What else? You guys got together and you played a joke on me. You probably use zug all the time. No, you would never say suck it up. Now you guys are just being ridiculous. No, you use it at work. Look at my face. Use it today at work. And when you're on your break, okay, and it's almost done, you pass it to somebody. Say, I don't want this. Can you zug the rest of this up? Boom. And they'll be like, yeah, of course. I would say, can you finish it? No, you don't. You would say zug it. You guys are so weird for like a Monday. This is a master class. No, do not come back here tomorrow unless you can come back with an example of how you use zug in a sentence at work. Yep. Okay. And they would throw it out. Nope. No. I'm definitely going to teach my granddaughters this word. You should. Spread it around. What word will you be making up tomorrow? Listen! Don't little drummer boy me. I don't even know what that means. But you're going to use the word Zoog in a sentence. How do you spell it? Nobody knows how you spell it, Mooney. I just went with Z-O-O-G, but it's not coming up for some reason. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it on the internet, and you guys are... I will wait for everyone's formal apologies. If I used Zoog at work, they would think I was crazy. Thank you, Nancy. I zooged my soup at lunch today. Boom. Thank you. Nobody knows how you spell it. Okay. Dude, Wisconsin. I heard a whole bunch of people saying Zoog in Wisconsin after they said ope. So there's that. I'll ask my husband to Zoog up my leftover beer in a glass tonight. Let's see what he says. Boom. I'm going to tell my grand to Zoog her meal. Done. I didn't check Urban Dictionary. I'll check it later. Okay. I think you guys need to go and expand your minds to all of the fancy words that you have missed out on. Okay? I can't be the only one trying to elevate this show. You guys have to do your part. Hello, Burl from Arizona. All right, listen, I have to go because I have a lot of fancy things to do, a lot of zooging to do. I'm going to call like 6 people and be like, do you know what zoog means? You don't know how many people. And they're all from New Jersey, and they're going to be like, yeah, of course I do. My mom and I are going out for coffee. I'm going to tell her to zoog it up. Do it. Do it. Now we say you guys. Hey, yous guys. And it's yous guys. It's plural. Both are plural. It's just that is very specifically Jersey. So, and I have to go pick up this poop behind me so I can really start the day. All right, well, that's it, everybody. I think we've covered a lot. And I look forward to hearing how all of you are going to use our word of the day at work. All right, well, that's it. I'll see our supporters tonight for Ugly Monday, and I look forward to seeing everybody else tomorrow. Have a great day. Go zoog something up, something yummy. It's going to be lovely. But like Judy from Saskatoon and Good Time Andrea say, do something nice for yourself or others, and have a great day and a blessed day. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny